Hello?
Hello, Mr. Galt.
Yeah.
Hi, you the urban landlord.
I knew my rent was gonna be late about a week ago.
This is John Galt. First and second day on suspension from YouTube. I got a little too aggressive, let my mouth get ahead of me. This ain't just content for me. I came here with a purpose, a mission, and I really wanted to attack these blacks, smear the shit that they leave on the ground in their face. And so I come in on an American, I guess you could say he's an American tradesman. He kept bragging to me, talking to me about e-bikes, and I got 3. And I'm sitting here like, I got 3 e-bikes. You just telling me about one that you bought for $1,600. I'm assuming he bought them brand new. This is a Kalkoff bike behind me, the German-made Bosch engine. And I'm saying here, like, yo, blacks, okay, great. You bought a damn e-bike, you know, and he's bragging about he got some pretty ass, ugly ass bull. And so I go look at the bull on his YouTube page. He keeps encouraging me to look at the bull. I go look at the bull. I'm like, what, you bragging about this? And it's just like, what I'm saying is like the black men, they got nothing to brag about. The ugly, fat ass women out in the neighborhood. And here this boy has got this public picture of this fat black woman on his channel. And what does he expect that John Galt is going to say when I pull up on the picture and I see her? And so that is the basis of the suspension from YouTube. So the first day I probably I was stewing a little bit, but I was very aggressive coming out the gate for the last few days. And so I probably do need to back up. But I do want to, as I was, going through the first day of suspension, some of the people I was thinking about, the Taz, the GOAT, I saw what happened to him with Imperious. I saw what happened up on Night's channel with Imperious. And then, I just wonder, like, this is the strong black man, the black man we talk about, we need in the community. And here he is getting dog walked by Imperious. And to add insult to injury there, then he brings his wife up. And he said, my wife can legally shoot you. I guess he's implying that he's a felon. And it was just so weak looking to bring your wife up to argue with some random guy behind an avatar. You don't know what he looks like. You don't know who he is. And he's just dog walking his wife. And I'm thinking back to myself, the one time I've been up on Taz's panel, I slightly raised my voice at his wife and he put me down. But he brought his wife up there for the tongue lashing by Imperious. And I just did not understand that, but I do understand it in ways I've been seeing this all my life, the weakness of the black man. To suffer that kind of punishment in front of his wife, I'm sure they forever changed their relationship. And for the blacks that look up to him, I'm sure it's forever changed their view of him. And this is the state of black America where I'm looking out at the landscape and I'm saying, John Galt, there is no equivalent there. I have no peers amongst these people. These are lowly animals, dumb animals, criminals, some of them, Taz, all of them. And then I was up on a panel, I think it was Izzy, JP and I, and Izzy and Fatty came up and we dog walked him real good. And I've been waiting on that confrontation. I must be honest, because I heard that faggy say, Team Faggy, he said he don't like John Galt because how I treat these blacks. And I said, boy, I'm here in America. You don't know how the hell these blacks behave. And I'm out here giving them housing. And you got this black up here running his mouth talking about something he has seen me say on CT. But boy, I house these blacks. Something that no one else wants to do. No one else but John Galt again. I say that I have no peers in this space. John Galt stands alone. And so it's time for me to move along. I don't think I'll be going up on any of these other people's panel. I looked at Izzy, and Izzy, he's a ditz himself, and he's bragging to me about, I live in a black neighborhood. And I looked up his neighborhood is Hoover. But the most interesting part, these blacks have so small view of history. They don't understand history other than it relates to their victimhood. And Izzy Band's up here bragging about he lives in a black neighborhood in a majority white area, Hoover. I think it's 70% white now. And I look just far back as 2020, Hoover was 93% white. Here these blacks are invading white people areas and then taking it for themselves, taking it and putting ownership on the blacks. Saying, I live in a black neighborhood. Boy, that area was 93% black. I grew up 60 miles away from there. And so, again, a lion-ass black, the Freezies, the lion-ass blacks, the fatties, the no content blacks that want to criticize someone like me, John Galt, and he says it in front of 200 or 300 other blacks and give them the backbone to criticize someone like me, John Galt. So that will be one of the themes going forward. We are going to attack these lying ass black streamers. That's what we're going to do. And then to prove my point, there's so few John Galts. We're going to see how far can John Galt push these people. Can I squeeze their ass, put more and more fees on them, raise it up to about $175. I think that's what we're going to start off with. An additional $175 just to move in fees on the blacks. We're going to make these blacks bow down. And that's going to be the theme going forward in the first couple of weeks. When I return, and the next thing will be we're going to look into some of the property values, the property rights going on in D.C. Areas where they've experienced teen takeovers. The people are fleeing. They're willing to list their prices under list values. We're going to take a look at that as well. These are some of the things that John Galt has been bringing to you for the last couple of years, and now we're seeing it come to fruition in the real world. John Galt, a man with hands and feet on the real world, on the ground. While these other blacks, they shun work, they shun manual labor. But the problem for them is they're not smart. They're not as smart as John Galt. And again, John Galt taking a step out on the ledge here. I have no peers amongst these people. There's no need for me to even get down on their level. I am John Galt, the urban landlord, and this is the first day after suspension from criticizing some blacks bull mammoth. But I'll be coming back, and my whip hand will be a whole hell of a lot stronger when I get back.